What's up everyone, my name is Derek. Welcome to my channel Euro Superbike Life, or ESBKLife for short. Today we're working on my BMW S1000RR right after this. Welcome back guys. So in addition to installing some parts, I want to let you in on I won't say it's a secret, but I'm pretty excited about this. In addition to my trusty Sony a6000 that I'll be shooting most of this video footage on, we're also shooting with this awesome Canon 80D. This is my nephew's camera. He's been holding out on me. I've been shooting here in my brother's garage for about a week now, and my nephew just brought this out, said, "Hey, Uncle Derek, I have this." I'm like, should have let me know. But anyway, let me know if you guys can tell the difference between the footage I shoot on the 80D versus the footage I shoot on my Sony a6000. But anyway, right now I'm shooting on my Garmin Verb Ultra 30. But here are the parts that we're going to be installing today. And by the way, this episode is brought to you by Giamoto. Giamoto is the maker of premium rear sets for your Italian sport bikes or sport bikes in general. I actually have a set over here on my Aprilia RSV4 factory. Giamoto has signed on to be a sponsor of my track bike. So I'm super excited about them coming on. I've been working with Giamoto for a while. Giamoto USA. Simon is the contact over there. Fantastic guy, awesome to work with, and their products are phenomenal. But we're going to be installing this SC Project exhaust, and if you look closely, you'll know that this SC Project slip-on is actually for a 2015-2016 S1000RR. I have had a custom connector pipe made so that it fits my 2011. We're going to be installing that today. If you watch my California Superbike School video, you know that I pretty much destroyed my carbon fiber Austin Racing slip-on. It literally disintegrated on the track and blew out on me. But it was old, so that I wouldn't hold that to Austin Racing at all. We're also going to be obviously installing our Giamoto rear sets. We have some Woodcraft clip-ons that we're going to be installing. We also have some Alpha Racing parts. So this is my EWS antenna along with the switch, so that we'll go to a keyless ignition system. So as I go to track days and races, I won't have to worry about bringing a key or a backup key or anything like that. That will take care of that. And then I'm not sure if we'll get to this or not, but we're going to get to it at some point. These are block-off. These are emissions block-offs for the engine made by Driven. And I'm hoping to get to those today, but we got to take off the fuel tank and the airbox housing and a whole bunch of stuff, and I don't know if I'll get to that in this particular video. But enough chit-chat. Let's get to the bike. Okay, guys, so we are going to start this video by first doing an unboxing. I'm not real big on unboxing. I did a few of them when I first started my YouTube channel, but for the most part, they're pretty boring. But let's go ahead and unbox these Giamotos. So we have our nice Giamoto sticker that I'll be putting on the bike. I already have one here because I knew this was coming. And then I have these beautiful, beautiful rear sets. They are black and silver, which is pretty good. Very nicely made, beautiful heel guard. All CNC machined, high quality. I opted for the tip that doesn't flex. It does adjust. Again, beautiful quality, nice CNC machined, nice and smooth, awesome ball bearings. And then I love the little accent colors here, all little foot pegs and everything. Nice knurled foot grip. High quality stuff, guys, honestly. Check them out. GiamotoUSA.com. I'll put the link on the screen somewhere around here right now so you can get to them, or give Simon a call. they're fantastic. I don't want to put his phone number on there, but email him, what have you. He'll get back to you. He's a fantastic, fantastic guy. But let's get to installing these, shall we? So I'm going to start by removing the shift lever here. And now I'm going to remove the rear set itself. It's a beautiful day out here in New England today. It's not extremely hot or humid. There's a nice breeze going. And as there's clouds moving across, so I got some overcast skies from time to time. So I'm decided to do this work outside rather than in the garage. I'm also super excited to be getting rid of these SCM rear sets. I got them real inexpensive. They're Italian made. But trying to get a hold of the company for some support, it was really impossible. They wouldn't respond to any of my emails. I actually had a guy in the UK area that had a connection, and he tried to get a hold of them for me, and to no avail. So not bad rear sets, but just no support for them whatsoever. So now we're going to take our bracket. We're going to mount that up. And we're going to reuse the screws that came off. I got some blue Loctite here. So we'll put a little bit of blue Loctite on these puppies. And we'll mount this up like so. And as you can see, these rear sets are multi-adjustable. All right. All right, so now we'll move on to the actual lever itself. So I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put these. Right now I'm going to put them in the highest position farthest back, and then we'll adjust from there. So right now I'm not going to put any blue Loctite. This kit comes with titanium hardware. So these things are super, super light. There's virtually nothing to them. I think this is a 5. No, it's a 6 mil. All right, so let me go grab a 6 mil. Be right back. Close there. Oh, they just go perfectly. Look at that. So the black mounting brackets go with the frame. We have the silver components that highlight the rear swing arm. Beautiful. Beautiful. So again, right now it's loosely installed. I'm going with standard shift, so I'm going to mount it back here. All right. I need, it looks like about a 3 mil. We'll grab a 3 and 4 just in case. And I'll remove the heel guard, get it out of our way. Yes, I was right, it's a 3. Don't lose the spacer, Derek. There we go. Probably just do that. All right, so now that I got the, we'll loosen that up a little bit. Now that I got the heel guard out of the way, I have room to reinstall my lever here. My gear selector, whatever you'd like to call it. I'm going to temporarily install it in this top position. Again, just till I get on the bike and see what's comfortable, then I'll make adjustments. And once I make my final adjustment, then I'll tighten it up to its proper specs or what have you. But right now it's just loosely on there. So we'll grab our 3 again. We'll get a spacer. Slide that in there. There we go. And with that, the left side is done. So let's move on to the right side of the bike, and we'll have to get the exhaust and everything off to do that as well. All right. Okay guys, so we are over here on the right side. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the belly pan to give myself some clearance, because I do have to get the exhaust off of here. Go on the other side. We'll just leave that out of the way. So now I'm going to remove the clamp on the exhaust. All right. Go. Off it comes. All right. We're going to reuse this clamp, so I don't want this going too far. We'll go and set this thing aside. Oh my God, it's heavy. We got to put both of those on a scale. See how much weight I'm saving there. All right, guys, I'm actually curious as to how much weight I'm saving here. So I got my scale here. So we'll turn it on, zero it out. And then we'll put this lump on here. And there we go. We have 7 pounds, 15.8, 0.8 ounces. So 7 pounds, 15.8 ounces for the stock 2015 lump. This one is going to be a little bit tricky because it doesn't want to stay on there all the way. There we go. So this one is 4 pounds, 13.5 ounces. 4 pounds, 13.5 ounces. So what's that, a little bit more than 3 pounds we're saving? So not bad at all, although it feels like it's a lot more. Anyway, back to the rear sets. All right, so now we can get to removing the actual rear set. So first thing I'm going to do is remove the rear brake master cylinder. need a 10 mil. I didn't bring a 10. All right. Now I had to retrofit this because the kit, when I purchased it, I purchased the kit pre-owned off of somebody on eBay. And it didn't come with all of the original mounting hardware. And try as I might to get the original mounting hardware from SCM Racing, it was easier to poke myself in the eye with a hot poker kind of thing. I just could not get them to respond to me at all. Remove this little sleek C-clamp here. Probably should have gotten some needle nose pliers, would have been easier. There we go. Put that in the magnetic tray. Okay, so now our rear brake master cylinder is free. So now we can go about actually removing the rear set itself. Really should have an extension. And of all the ratchets I grab with my brothers, I probably grabbed the worst one. All right, that's it. I'm going to get a better ratchet. And that is 2. So we're going to reuse this rubber grommet and bushing. So we'll take that out, pop it onto the new rear sets, and then we'll install them. Okay, so I've swapped over the rubber grommet and the metal bushing. Now I am going to get my trusty Loctite and my mounting bolts. And again, we are going to put some Loctite on these puppies because the last thing we want is our rear sets to come off on the track. That would be very, very bad. All right. Okay guys, so the plunger has been reinstalled. I just need to install the screws up here. I had to take this off the old rear sets and slide it through. I don't exactly like how it comes out like this, so I'm going to be in search of a smaller pin that I can put in here that's a little bit cleaner than that. But for right now, this is okay. Again, it's a track bike, not a street bike, so I'm not all that concerned about aesthetics. But let's get our heel guard reinstalled. Okay, so now that the rear brake master cylinder is installed, now we can install our footrest. And again, I'm going to put this in the rear most upper or uppermost rear position, however you'd like to see it, call it. And I'm not going to use Loctite right now until I get everything where I want it. All right. That is it, guys. Our beautiful Giamoto rear sets are installed on the bike. Now, let's move on to the SC Project exhaust. Okay, guys, so I've swapped over the clamp off my old stock exhaust. So I have a clamping point here, and then I have another clamping point here at the end of my custom link pipe. Remember, this is for 2015-2016 S1000RR, and my bike is a 2011, so by default, this SC Project Conic will not just bolt right up to it. So I had to have this link pipe custom made at my local performance muffler shop. Cost me over 20 bucks. So if you're out there looking for an exhaust for your bike, year shouldn't be the overall factor. You know, if you have a slip-on that you really like, you can get it to work with a little bit of money and some perseverance. All right, I've already lubed this up with just a little bit of anti-seize so that it'll slip right on there, really nice. I did that as well with this link pipe in here, so I can, one, get it on, and two, that I can get it off later. As you see, it slides on nice and easy. And again, more Loctite. The nut that I'm using on the back of this does not have a nylon stopper or what have you. So some vibrations, it'll be easy to rattle out, but chances are I'm going to safety wire this anyway. So not that big a deal. Beautiful. All right, so our rear sets are installed. We got our SC Project exhaust installed, and we should really start this up, right? To at least hear how it sounds. Let me go get the key. Not bad, right? Not bad. Okay, so now that that is done, we can move on to installing our EWS, our Alpha Racing EWS antenna and the switch so that we can go to a completely keyless ignition system. All right, guys, so we're going to move on to the Alpha Racing EWS antenna and switch. And looking at the bolts on the underside of the ignition switch, I'm not sure how far we're going to get. Those are specialty bolts. We may have to drill those out. But at the very least, I'm going to remove the top triple tree, and then we'll install the switch. So the first thing I need to do is remove this large nut here, and then we'll loosen up the bolts on the side of the triple tree here. Those look like to be about a T40, maybe T45 Torx. We'll start with a T45. And look at that. That's what it is. Now that is in the way. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to grab what is it, T36, Jesus, a 36 millimeter socket, 1/2-inch drive. We're going to remove the nut up here. All right. So now, in theory, don't lose the washer. All right, and we are off. I don't know if you could see those screws, but they're specialty. We're gonna have to drill those out, no doubt. But at the very least, I think, let me get a real small Torx, the T10 here. Oh, I'm good. Okay. So now the cover is off, and now I can get to at least, cover's off, get to one of the wiring harnesses here. I may not need it, I guess. Hold on. There we go. One is out, and we got another one under here on the back side. Here we go. And there is a screw. Of course it's Torx. Of course it's Torx. Right there. Hopefully it's T25. And hopefully I don't damage my... It is T25. And I don't want to damage my brake fluid reservoir. Being very careful when I twist this. I really don't want to have to bleed the system. Seeing the ABS pump is still installed. If you get air in the system, the ABS pump, it's a pain in the ass. You have to take it back to the dealer. There we go. And that screw flew somewhere. I don't know. All right, so we are free and clear now. So here are those specialty bolts. We're going to have to drill those out. That is going to suck just to get this unit off of here. But I should be able to do everything else I need to do. All right, so let's go and get the switch. So here's my Alpha Racing switch. I'm thinking, get you out of the way. I'm thinking I'm going to mount it over here. I don't know if you guys can see that. But that looks like a pretty good location for it. So that's what we're going to do. All right, there we go. I'll bring you around here real quick and show you the switch. So there we go. So right here on the end of the stock upper fairing stay. So how this works is you pull it out and then lift it up or down. You can't just, lift it up. You have to pull it out and lift it up. And then off, I believe, is down. But we'll see. I may have to reverse that so I don't hit it. But you got to pull it out and then lift it up. All right? So I installed the switch here on my stock upper fairing stay, which is going to have to move because I'm going to replace this with a race one. The connection is pretty simple. There's only one connector for it to go into. Plug that in. Bang. Bike actually comes on, lift up. So that's in the off position. Down, that's in the on position. Now it won't start because I don't have the antenna. So if I come over here and I try to hit the start button, I get an error, EMS error. That's because this little guy which has a sensor in it, isn't near the bike. So it would have to be near here, and then I could hit the switch and start it, all right? Which is why we need the EWS antenna. Here's my Alpha Racing EWS antenna. I just need to find a place to mount it and then plug it into the other wiring harness. And then what I'll do is I'll drop that little chip inside here. And what they suggest you do is you actually put the key in here. Okay, so I got myself a, up here more. So I got myself a micro Phillips head screwdriver, and I'm just going to remove this cover. Okay, so here we go. And you see it says sit your key in there. So I can sit the entire key in here. Okay. And they provide you some double-sided stick tape with some hook and loop. We can't actually call this Velcro because that's a manufacturer. So the technology is called hook and loop. So they have some double-sided stick tape with hook and loop. And we just need to find a place to install this, but I'm going to plug in the harness now. And now that that is here, and I'll probably like put it right there. There's no reason for it not to be there. But we'll put the bike on. And there we go. No key. We're all good. All right, so the only thing left for us to do here now is to drill these items out so I can remove this whole ignition system and set it aside, and then we'll be good.
Can you just drill the thing, please? Thanks. Thank you. Much appreciated.
All right, guys, well, after about 30 minutes of fighting with the specialty screws on the back of my ignition system, we were able to extract those, and now we have a nice clean triple clamp. So we are just going to pop this back on here, and then we'll be done for the day. The next episode of my S1000RR, we'll get to the clip-ons and the engine block-off plates. But right now, it's beautiful. I want to go ride. Yeah, if I put it on properly. Okay, so I think that's it for right now. At some point, I'll get a cover for this. Alpha Racing sells one for like, I think, 30 bucks or something like that. But let's wrap this up, shall we? Well, all right, guys, that is a wrap for this episode of my BMW S1000RR track bike build. Today, we got our Giamoto rear sets installed, we got our SC Project slip-on installed, and we got our Alpha Racing keyless ignition system installed. Next time out, we'll get our Woodcraft clip-ons installed, as well as my driven engine block-off, so I can complete my emissions-ectomy of my track bike, if you will. Again, special thanks to Giamoto USA. Check them out, giamotousa.com, for sponsoring me and providing these awesome rear sets for my track bike. Be sure you check those guys out. Again, giamotousa.com. You can email Simon. I don't remember his email, but I'm sure it's on the website. Simon is a fantastic, fantastic guy. He'll get back to you quick and make sure that you're taken care of on your track bike or your street bike or whatever it is you need. I am Derek. Please subscribe, comment, and click that like button right now if you haven't done so already. But until next time, guys, I'm Derek. You're Superbike Life. Until next time.